Hey guys, Janelle here from Run Your Heart Out, and I'm here to talk to you about post-race do's and don'ts. So, you just finished your first trail race, or maybe your 25th trail race, your first ultra, or again, like your 100th ultra. Crazy. Whatever it was, these are my 11 tips and tricks of do's and don'ts following a race. So, number one, first and foremost, when you're finished your race, have a beer. I'm not a big beer drinker, but that is one of the best things and the most important things that I will never forget to do after a race, especially in a bigger distance or after a big hot race day. Always have a beer. It's a really good way to rehydrate, and it's also a really good way to recarb and refuel those muscles. Look it up. There's actually some research about it. Number two, do not try to fix or make up for anything that happened on race day. Sometimes you don't have the race that you wanted or that you expected. Maybe you DNF'd, maybe you tripped, whatever it was. Don't try to make up for anything that happened on race day. Don't waste all of your energy the next day going out and running a 55K just because maybe you didn't get to finish your 50K the day before, or wasting all your energy during that week after a race when you really should be sitting and recovering and letting your muscles just fix themselves from all that hard work you just did. Whatever it is, don't try to fix race day. Number three, do stretch, foam roll, get a massage, go sit in a hot tub, do some yoga. The week after your race is the most critical window of time to really replenish your muscles and to help reset everything, and also to soak up all that work that you did on race day. During race day, your muscles take a lot of contraction and a lot of intensity. So if you take some extra time in the week after your race to stretch everything out and lengthen everything out and recover your muscles, don't go running hundreds of kilometers the week after your race unless that's part of your race plan directed by your coach. But the week after your race is all about recovery, and the better that you can learn to recover and reset those muscles, the better you're going to do in your next goal and your next accomplishment. Number four, really important, do not make any life decisions in the 1 to 6 hours following a race, right? We've all been there, especially the bigger the distance. You're often in a bit of a cloudy space. Don't log on to Ultra Sign Up and register for every single race that's left to register for in this next season. Or don't make any critical life decisions about your job or your car. Don't decide to quit your job and go live in a van and drive around the country for the next month just so you can run all the time. I mean, that is a pretty awesome decision, but try not to make any critical life decisions right after a race until you've had some beer and you've had some food and you're ready to go again. Number five, celebrate. This is like one of the best things to do, of course. You've done so much work leading into your race. The big days come, whatever happened out there, if it was good, if it was bad, if it was ugly, if it was all of the above, make some time to celebrate with your trail running partners, with your community, with those that you love the most. Number six, do not beat yourself up. We've all had bad race days. I am the queen of them. I broke my foot on a race. I've had issues with anemia on races. Don't beat yourself up. Stuff happens. We can't always control it. It's best to just shake it off and then put that energy towards your next goal and accomplishing that next thing better. So number seven, take some time to reflect on your race day, whether that's journaling, meditating, whatever it is. Take some time to think about what did go good on your race day and what didn't go good on your race day. I even like to write these down so that it's concrete and that I can look at it afterwards around my race, so that then when I go into my next goal or into my next set of training, I know what I want to focus on and what I want to get better at for that next time out there. Number 8, do not eat all the food in your house and your neighbor's house. Especially after an ultra or big distances or your first big distance. If it's a 10K, if it's a 25K, whatever it is, you're gonna probably be really hungry, especially in the summer races where you get really hot. Once you've kind of recovered from that and you're not nauseous, you're likely gonna get really hungry. So make sure you first hydrate a lot. Of course, the body does need to replenish its fuel stores. So it's okay that you're hungry. Just try to choose some really healthy, good foods the week after your race. I like to make sure that I have lots of fruit, lots of vegetables, lots of good things in my house so that even if I am starving and hungry, I've got a lot of good options there. But I do also like to indulge in some ice cream or whatever your favorite treat is that maybe you didn't eat into race week because you were just trying to be healthy leading into race week. So don't eat all the food in your house and your neighbors, but do eat well in the week after your race and help refuel your body for that next effort. Number 9, do set your sights on your next goals. That's one of my favorite things about race day is, to be honest, being done with it so that I can then jump into what's next. It's always awesome to set goals not only for this race season, but into the next year and like look at the big picture and where you want to go, especially if you want to accomplish things like going to France or to Europe for some big races like UTMB. That's when you got to make those big picture goals and look at this year and how it can then lead into the next. So set your sights on those next goals because that'll really help pull you through that week after the race and everything that goes on. Number 10, what it's going to pull you out of is post-race blues. Don't let yourself get pulled down by the post-race blues. They're going to happen, especially when you've just done a big goal or just accomplished something huge. You're probably riding pretty high for a while, but then you're likely going to kind of come down from that excitement that followed your race. It is physiological. It's a little bit inevitable for most of us. So know that it's going to happen, accept that it's going to happen. It's okay to experience some post-race blues, but make your goals for your next race and go and spend that time with some friends or meditating or getting out for some shakeout runs. Whatever it is that'll help lift you out of that funk, take some time and be very strategic about post-race blues because they might and will happen. And last but not least, soak in all the post-race feel goods. Races are my favorite. You already know that. It's all the work that you've done into it and put into it and that crazy test on race day, all the excitement, all the nerves, everything that you feel on race day, and then there's all the feelings after race day. It is so exciting. And even when it doesn't go good, there's probably still something that you can and will be super excited about. So soak in all those post-race feel goods. Celebrate with those people that matter to you the most and celebrate with yourself because it's awesome what you just accomplished out there in that race. Take some time to be super stoked and then also take that energy and put it into that next race goal or put it into that next adventure, whatever it is. So those are my 11 to-dos and not to-dos, so to-dos and don'ts of post-race week. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for joining me here, and I look forward to continuing to chat to you about all things trail running. Take care, guys. Happy trails.